What's up, everybody? This is Dewan Bland. I am 1/5 of Collective Verity. I'm also halfway out of my mind during this quarantine time. I hope you all are being safe and healthy. So this is my attempt to do something creative to pass the time. I want to release one poem that was unreleased before. These are my quarantine files, if you will. And so every day I want to perform one of these poems until I run out of content, and then explain to you the heart of the poem and kind of why it wasn't released. So day one is going to be this poem called Castaway, which is a part of my trilogy on my battle with depression. The first poem in that trilogy was Home, and then the follow-up was Killing Me Softly. So Castaway was supposed to be the end of the trilogy, and it was going to be performed at group therapy last year. And since these poems are unreleased, I'll be reading from my phone because I did not memorize them. Okay, so here goes Home. I mean, not Home. Castaway. I have to keep breathing, even though there be no reason for hope. You ever got to that point in life where you say to yourself, I am just okay enough to function? Things like joy or hope seem too impractical, but you drug yourself through the morning fog. You take yourself hostage for daily responsibility, and at night, ignoring the white noise that is your sorrow. Have you been there? A castaway, isolated, and you know there's a world full of people somewhere, people with songs and warmth and love, but it all hasn't been decoded for you. The songs are audible placebos, the warmth is the sun unrelentless and it's hanging, and love be a memory you can't get back to. But hey, I stayed alive, I kept breathing, I kept believing in things like one day I'll be me again. One day we'll meet, I'll be Lupita on that beach again, trying to untether myself from the shadows. This doesn't feel like wine to me. It feels like the Twilight Zone. I've been stuck here since circa 2017. I'm just trying to find something, anything that'll show me me. You ever lost yourself? Things wither like autumn leaves, the fall ends, but you haven't caught yourself. Everyone seems to be moving on, a ship without sail, trying to make clear of the world, yet find myself somewhere in the eye of the storm. We went from home to Bermuda all in one text, empty beds and silent rooms with poetry being my only compass. But aha, look what I've created. I made fire. I saw myself in a dream. I spoke to him carefully and said, I always knew you were alive. Everyone said that I had to let you go. I stood back and I noticed all the ways that he had changed. Subtle things like the fact that his goatee had grayed, a wedding band and a smile. And he said, we will not always be strangers. So I know what I have to do. I have to keep breathing, because tomorrow the sun will rise and who knows what the tide will bring in. So that was Castaway. I wrote that again as the third part to the trilogy, just chronicling my battle with depression and my progression through it. And this one mainly focused on isolation, but specifically the isolation that comes with the realization that you'll never get back to who you was. Like you had to find a new normal. And how while you're finding your new normal, it seems like everyone is progressing and doing things that they always said they would, and you're just here trying to figure out who you are and if you can be who you used to be, and if you can have those desires that you used to have. And so it was also inspired by the movie Castaway. I'm quoting Castaway lines in the poem, but for me, I think this was it was real therapeutic for me. Since, I mean, it's gonna be on a group therapy show. It was real therapeutic for me. And I think the ending where, you know, I see an older me who still gets the desires that I used to have and still have to this day. It shows that, like, as Christians, we have to live by faith, hope, and love. Faith in things that are unseen, and hope that things will be better than they are right now. And trusting God through the healing, and trusting God through the transformation that hurt and pain brings, and then the endurance and character that comes with that. So I just thought people could relate to that. Now, the reason why I didn't end up making it to group therapy is because one, I think we have a responsibility as writers to talk about the spectrum of mental health and not just the difficult part. So I had other pieces in there that I thought gave a more full spectrum of my emotional reactions to life that isn't just melancholy, right? The other part is I think Castaway lends itself more for like a visual short film type of poem, or a narrative piece, more than a performative on stage type of poem, right? And so there is like this desire to turn this into a short film one day. But so that's gonna be all for day one. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Is that what YouTube people say? Like, comment, subscribe, and leave your comments or feedback on how you feel about the poem, or if you have been in a similar part of life. Share that as well, and I will see you tomorrow, maybe.